Stop. Don't skip this. If you've watched the same show again and again, this video is about you. Not because you're bored, not because you hate change, but because your brain is trying to protect you. You've watched Harry Potter more times than you can count. Friends, 20-something rewatches. It's The Office so many times that you know exactly when Jim looks at the camera, before he even does it. And right now, you're about to press play on episode 1. Again, everyone around you thinks you've lost it. Your partner judges you silently. Your Netflix algorithm has officially given up on you. Kids are begging you to watch something made this decade. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Your brain knows exactly what it's doing. Let's ask the uncomfortable question. Why would anyone watch something when they already know what happens? You already know Michael Scott is going to say that's what she said. You know Ross and Rachel get back together. You know Harry defeats Voldemort. Ferris gets his day off. Spoilers from 2004. Deal with it. So why do we still go back? It's because knowing what happens next is the entire point. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. It sounds boring until you realize it explains why a sitcom from 2005 feels safer than your actual neighbors. The more you're exposed to something, the more your brain likes it, the more it trusts it, so the more it relaxes. Your comfort show isn't entertainment, it's familiarity. And familiarity feels like home. Think about your comfort show for a second. Not the one you say you love, the one you go back to when life is heavy. Maybe it's Parks and Rec. Maybe Seinfeld. Maybe you've watched Back to the Future more times than you've gone to the gym. This year, no judgment. Same, when you watch it, you're not waiting for plot twists. You're building a cognitive blanket fort, because the real world, it's loud, it's unpredictable. It sends weird emails with no context. But here you already know how things end. You know Chandler and Monica make it. You know the good guys win. You know everything will be okay, at least for 22 minutes. And your brain has a secret. It's actually working less when you rewatch. New shows demand effort. Who's that character? Why did they say that? Is this foreshadowing? Or just a weird lamp? Exhausting. Watching. It's cognitive cruise. Control. A study by psychologist Crystal Russell found that rewatching gives us a sense of control and safety. No surprises. No betrayals. No random character deaths that emotionally ruin your week. You already survived the pain once. Just visiting old friends. But here's the part that really messes with your head. You're not watching the same thing twice. Because you aren't the same person anymore. When you watched The Lion King as a kid, you were Simba, running from responsibility. In your 20s, you're Mufasa, suddenly aware of time and mortality. Later in life, you're crying in the first 10 minutes because you finally understand what legacy really means. Same movie, different you, new emotional unlocks. And then there's the part nobody talks about. The people, maybe. You watched your favorite show with your sister every Thursday night, back when you had to be home at a specific time. Maybe a movie became your entire personality for a year. Maybe you and your roommate watched Die Hard every December, before it was even a debate. These stories become time capsules. When you rewatch, you're not just watching the show, you're visiting a version of yourself that doesn't exist anymore. Sometimes you're remembering, sometimes you're grieving. A friend who moved away, a parent who introduced you to that movie, an ex who ruined the Notebook but you still watch it anyway. Because love and memory are complicated like that. And honestly, sometimes you're just tired. You've made thousands of decisions today. What to wear, what to eat, which emails to ignore while looking productive. Choosing a new show feels like work. What if it's bad? What if it gets canceled? What if everyone loves it? Or if you could just put on Good Will Hunting again and cry at the "it's not your fault" scene like a well-adjusted human being. Zero risk. Maximum comfort. For a lot of people, rewatching is emotional regulation, self-soothing. Therapists have pointed out that familiar stories can reduce anxiety and restore a sense of control. It's a weighted blanket for your brain. Predictable emotions. Safe sadness. Controlled crying during that one scene in Toy Story 3. You're not avoiding life. You're choosing peace. So the next time someone judges you for watching the same movie again, hit them with the science. You're not stuck in the past. You're doing something psychologically healthy, something stabilizing, something human. Your comfort show isn't a crutch. It's a companion, a reminder of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with Michael Scott for the 19th time, and I regret nothing. If this hit home, subscribe. If you want to support these deep dives, hit join. And here's more videos with the same energy, just a different angle. See you there.